Hey everybody, on this episode of ByteSized Talks, we'll be talking about a couple movies that I want to watch, so you didn't have to go see, but you should. At least one of them, I think so. We'll be talking about The Kill Room, the movie The Creator, and I went to go see Saw. Also, we'll be talking if the end table is in fact undefeated. Hey everybody, welcome back to BS Talks. My name is Gary, aka Hempy. Of course, with us is the man over there with a bunch of anchors on his shirt. Say what's up, man.
Hey everybody, this is Jupe. Hope everybody's doing well today. What movies we got today, Gary?
So I've been busy. I went and saw the movie The Creator, which is like a sci-fi futuristic film. The Kill Room, which I think is going to lead us to maybe an F and Friday episode. And again, I went to go Seesaw X.
So stupid.
Good thought. I mean, if somebody would have went with me, they would have been up in the air the whole time to Seesaw with me.
Did you ever have that problem as a kid?
Dude, that's a thing fat kids know to stay away from. Like we all I mean growing up my people all watched Homeward Bound, and there's a scene where the pit bull sends the cat flying, and that's where that's a trope that it's just like, as a fat kid, like you got to be careful where you sit. Like like if there's a bench that's just supported on two ends, you sit on one of the ends. Don't go taco that fucking bench. Like
This is
yeah.
imagining you as a kid. This is what I think of.
Better be careful. My mom watches these. Way she'll come after you.
she might confirm it.
Let's see what Julian has. Oh God, no. Okay, no. Okay? I picked up the nickname of Pugsley.
Oh,
Put in
really?
Adam's Family, 1990s. Pugsley.
1990s?
Yeah, like yeah. So, dude, I happened to buzz my head one day, or I went through this phase where I just buzzed my head for a couple of years, and I was wearing a striped shirt. And my brother's like, "Hey, Pugsley, dude!" I fucking hated that name. I hated it so bad. But I was the youngest of four brothers, dude. So I knew, like, once I showed that I hated it, I like this is never going away. A bad nickname, like coming on your Jupe, that's a bad nickname, right? That like
Yeah.
bad nicknames when you fight them, they stick, you know. Um, and dude, we're at a family party, and my brother David was letting me listen to music in his car because I don't know, wasn't having a good time. And I was like, he's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm just mad about the fucking, I was mad about the name,
Yeah.
Pugsley."
Yeah.
And my brother was like, "Bro, look, we're gonna call you it anyways. How
Might as
about
well embrace it.
if I give you $20, I get to call you Pugsley for the rest of my life?" And I was like, "Dude, he's gonna call it me Pugsley anyways. I might as well get $20." So I sold the rights to my brother David to call me Pugsley for $20.
I could see that.
Yeah, but yeah. So we'll talk about Saw. Have you ever watched the original, the first one?
I saw the first one, and after that, I don't know. I didn't buy too much into the series.
I love the first one. I haven't. I'd have to watch it again, just to give more context to it, like, and watch it as as an adult rather than a high schooler.
Yeah.
Uh, but I remember, like, dude, that was such an intense ending. Like, um, and I think I stopped watching the Saw movies once they hit four, because I was just like, oh man, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, the freaking cutting and bones and like
Yeah,
again,
it's cool the first few times, and after that, it's just like I don't know.
yeah, and then like it's like how the first one to me was like it was mostly story with some gory parts, but then it became like how horrific can they make it?
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, like in this one, dude, like again, I try not to give you guys spoilers. There's an ankle scene, and I recently broke my ankle, so I was like, "Ooh, cabrón, fuck! Don't look at it. Ooh, what would happen to you? You have a piece of stainless in your ankle, like just dink, like would you be just clanging it? Like I was like, oh god damn, oh dude, I was counting the ceiling tiles in that freaking movie theater, dude. It was rough, and I was like, God, why did I did this to me? Like, at least when I watched like the Nun and like the other scary movies, like you're just like, ooh, like
Yeah.
I'm just clenched, I'm just bracing so I don't jump like a bitch, right? Like, dude, I was, dude, I was like, ooh. Like legit, like watching it through my hands, cabrón. Or like just like squinting enough to where it was like blurry to where I couldn't really see the details. I was just like, it almost turned into an ASMR movie for me just listening to it.
All the
Like, okay,
crunching.
once it stops, I'll open my eyes. Like, oh, dude, it was intense. However, if you do like the Saw movies, I'm sure you'll probably continue to enjoy it. Um, it's one of those things like it still has a story to it. They still had some creativity in the way they told the story and the way things ended up happening. Um, I didn't hate it. It wasn't a terrible movie. It just wasn't good. I give it a 4.5.
Ooh, you're way off today. Critics give
Well,
it an 84%. Audience gives it a 91%.
for Saw 10,
Yeah. Hold on, wait. Cut it
uh,
right there. I'm gonna have to
uh,
answer this real quick. Hold on.
and we're back. Um, yeah, so they gave it in the 80s. I guess I don't. I mean, I think that's too high. I think if I wasn't so squeamish with the gore, maybe I could have gave it more. But again, that's just me. I'm throwing this like with my personal bias on it. I just didn't enjoy it that much. Like just for that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so I can see it fluctuating up like by 2 points up to like a 6.5 if that stuff doesn't bother you. But I don't know. To me, it didn't have that creativity that pits one of these movies over the top.
Okay.
That like
And I mean, you're
uh,
watching Saw. You're expecting to watch gore.
yeah, it's just like watching like I haven't watched the latest Fast and Furious, but
Yeah.
like what you're getting into
Yeah.
with those. You can't like all of a sudden like start be like, hey, well, cars don't do that. Like yeah, make that same argument when you watch pinche Transformers. Like you
Yeah.
have to accept certain things when you watch certain movies. Like
Did you see the episode of Schultz talking with Bobby Lee?
the one with Santino on there.
I think
Oh
so.
god, and they said he's the only Transformer that's more dangerous when he's driving it. Like,
Yeah, when he becomes a car, dude,
yeah, oh yeah,
look, you
yeah.
die.
uh, um, okay, I'll jump to the next one. This one was a pleasant surprise. I'm going to be talking about the Kill Room. The Kill Room. The premise of this is it's not a popular movie. That like there's not a whole lot of previews out there. I don't think for it. Um, it's about a money laundering scheme using art. Um, and so it's about like
It's called Santa Fe
this
by any chance?
called what?
Santa Fe by any chance?
Is it called Sand? Well, a lot of
A lot of art
all
out
art.
here. Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of art, a lot of money.
yeah,
Very weird.
yeah. We'll have to do a F and Friday episode on art because I think there's an argument to be made there.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
and so this was very unique in the storyline. I've seen some shows talk about art and thievery and scams and schemes. Like a show that I liked, it had a couple seasons. It's available to watch, I think, on Prime. It's called Leverage. It was on like TBS, but they came out with like a reboot of it about a couple years back. But the show's Leverage, but it's like when the big corporation is trying to take your house or the insurance company doesn't want to pay for your child's claim, we provide leverage. Like that was like the hook of the show. It was like a bunch of ex-cons or ex-criminals, ex-con man. So there's like the mastermind, the swindler, the master
Okay.
thief, the muscle, the hacker, who all did bad stuff in their previous lives, but are now trying to redeem it, doing all these good deeds. You know,
Yeah.
um, But that's a good show. I really like it for being a TV show, like what you expect out of the action and production. Leverage is a fun show. But the movie The Kill Room, big cast. Uma Thurman, Samuel L. Jackson, Sofia Vergara's ex-husband. What's his name? Uh, for
Let's see.
I forget. You should know him. He was in Magic Mike, but also he's a D&D nerd. Um,
D&D nerd. What? Really?
Yeah, like I guess when him and Sofia Vergara bought this house, like there was a wine cellar that had like arches of like brick and
That's fucking
all this
awesome.
stuff. He's like, "This is mine. Like, if you want a wine, like we'll make you like this is mine. This is perfect for like D&D parties." Um, what's
So
his name?
Uma Thurman, Joe
Joe.
Manganiello, Samuel
Yeah,
L. Jackson,
that's not how you say his name. Maganello or something.
Debbie Mazar,
No, but those top three are the big names.
Ma-
Uh,
Manganiello,
Maganello, I think Joe Maganello or something. I don't know.
Manganiello. I don't know, dude.
But he was married to Sofia Vergara. They recently got divorced. Um, but I liked the movie. It wasn't great. Wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. It wasn't overly like have you really thinking about it's like what's going on. Uh, but a good story. Interesting. I don't recall seeing something that played out the art industry like this. But I give it a solid 7.5.
You're off, but not by much. Critics give it a
You're off. Fuck you.
56. Critics give it a 56%, and the audience gives it a 58%.
Yeah. Again, I like the creativity of the storyline.
Yeah.
This one, I know I'm low on this one, and I think it's one of those things. If I we've talked about AI enough for
Yeah.
us to kind of even just not even on the show but off air. We've had a lot of conversations about like how when we share videos of like stuff that Boston Dynamics is
Yeah.
doing or um so the whole premise of AI is uh they had artificial intelligence. This happens like I think like 50 years from now, right? Like that's where the
Yeah.
storyline's at, and they show robots from the simplest inventions, like from the 1960s to they show them like doing surgery and being police officers and
Yeah.
doing all these kick-ass things that you'd want AI to potentially get to. Um, and something happens to where a nuclear warhead wipes out Los Angeles, right? Just
Yeah.
gets released. They said it was the AI attacking the humans. Um, the United States starts a war to eradicate AI. That's like the premise of the movie. And that in the AI community, they start like they have a secret weapon that happens to be like this little girl robot thing.
Hmm.
Um, who if she grows by the time when she becomes like an adult robot, she'll be the most powerful like AI ever and be able to shut down things with just her mind.
Oh
Like
shit.
that's the premise of it, and it's very similar to what we've seen in like Avatar, to where there's like the soldier who has to infiltrate, or then or like even like I don't know if you ever seen The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, to where like that one's like has the same thing to where like once he's part of the robots or part of this this offset tribe, he learns to he like oh they actually have a really cool culture. They're actually real people, and
Yeah.
he starts seeing them. He stops seeing them as the enemy and sees them as his own. And so there's that element that you see in a lot of movies. Um, what I didn't like about it, it was clumsy.
Oh shit.
Um, so part of it, I get it. Like part of it is supposed to be like a rustic, like the AIs. Like I think sometimes when we think about it, we think about them as being totally futuristic, totally next gen technology. Um, but in this, some of them are that. Some of them, like They still had like some standard looking cars. They had some other ones. Like I don't know what's it up with futuristic cars and all having, rather than having like a central axle, they have the things that go on the outside of the wheels,
Oh yeah.
like the Batmobile. You know, like
Yeah.
that all like you do a futuristic car, that's like a standard practice of what you have to do. Um, but dude, just like the technology wasn't making sense to me the way they were using it. Um, Again, I don't want to give spoilers, but I'm just like, that's so stupid. Why would they do that way? Like, um,
Yeah.
like one thing I'll talk about. I won't give any other context to it, but like, there's a part where like this huge tank thing that's like the size of a football field comes like, they see it like going through the trees, and it's like Jurassic Park where the branches and trees are moving and shaking.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, what's that? Like, it has to be the military. Like, and you mean to tell me all these AI robots, you guys didn't put like pressure sensors or anything to detect this football field rolling at you? Probably like 200 tons of metal.
Yeah.
They're like, how the hell did this get in your area without you guys spotting it somewhere? Like, it's not like it had like cloaking, like any sort of like infrared vision would have picked up this thing from miles away. Like, and the robots didn't detect this. Like, get the fuck out of here. And like, it was one of those things that happened, like where let's say there's 20 doors to open, and the people of the storyline always happen to walk to the right door at the right time. And it's like, God, get the fuck out of here. Um, Cinematically, like the effects, wonderful. Um, I was actually very shocked that it was only an $80 million budget. I was thinking it was probably like a $200 million budget, but very no name cast. I can't tell you one actor offhand from it.
Let me see.
Uh, I mean, there might be a bigger name or two, but like they're mostly, I would say, like B list celebrities, or like nobody
Uh,
jumps off the page.
no one I really
Um,
recognize. John David
which
Washington, Gemma Chan, Ken
like
Watanabe.
the little girl in the movie does a really good job, like for what her role is supposed to be.
Okay.
But I get it. Like they didn't want to spend $80 million on like getting A-list actors. All right, so you can use it all for the movie, but too many things going on. It didn't make sense. I'm happy it was only one movie and that they didn't try to stretch this out over 3 2-hour movies and
Yeah.
uh, make this a thing. But and again, I know I'm going to be low on this, and I think I'm overly critical just due to like my science background, engineering background, and I was just like, this, like, there's no fucking way like that would happen. Like it's so you have to be kind of oblivious, like kind of look past this or like um and I saw somebody else talking about it, and they're like, yeah, like I guess it's very similar to like one of the new Star Wars movies. Like
Oh
it's the
yeah.
same sort of premise. I'm low on this movie just because it bothered me. It could have been, I think, could have been so much better. It just wasn't delivered properly. Cool premise, cool story. I think it could have been so much more interesting. For that, the lack of continuity amongst the technology, the way they use it, like, dude, fucking no drones
Oh, really?
attacking people,
Are you serious?
right? Like you would
Yeah.
think,
Probably the biggest technology
um,
out right now.
yeah, like you would like, and the way they did it is like there's no reason why they couldn't have done that, and just that's the thing, like it didn't make sense,
Yeah.
Um, and I give it a, I know I'm going to be way low on this, but I didn't enjoy it. I would not watch it again. I would tell you to go watch The Kill Room over this. I give the creator a 4 out of 10.
Oh shit. You're really low on that. So critics on this give it a 68% and the audience gives it a 77%.
Again, effects great. Just a storyline that's just like um, it wasn't endearing enough.
So you said it was worth 80 or it cost 80 million to make this movie. Do you want to guess how much they made off the movie so far?
Probably a bunch. I imagine they're probably at like $200.
200 million.
I don't. How much is it brought in?
33.6 million.
Really? That's it?
In 2 days, I mean, it's more than our
Oh,
salary.
it's only been out for 2 days. Okay, maybe I thought it's been out a little bit longer.
No, October, as of October 2nd. Oh, never mind. I think it's just saying since October 2nd, it's made 33.6 million.
It's the last 2 days.
Yeah.
I think it came out last week, last like the 20 something, 26th. Um, how much movie like look at the budget for the Kill Room budget and profit, because that they probably spent a lot more on the actors for that,
Yeah.
but the story was so much better. Like they didn't try to entangle too many other things. The creator was just like, um, I'm a huge sci-fi fan, and like there's just it wasn't um it just wasn't that good, man. It wasn't that good.
So, God, this is terrible. Google cost.
Um, Now I'm trying to think of like of another movie I could compare it to. The creator. I think if you take away some of the imagery from it, the effects, the score would be way lower. And I think people are hyping the idea of like, oh, AI, but maybe they haven't thought about it that much. But I just looked at it and I was just like, from what even I know where technology's at and where it should be at in 50 years. Um, yeah, it just they could have delivered something way more interesting, way more applicable. What do you have,
Wow,
way?
I can't find shit. So the had a budget of $200 million.
What did
The Kill Room.
200 million?
That's what it's saying.
There's no
So
way.
the Kill Room had a budget of $200 million. The film was shot in 2022 in Hudson, whatever.
There's no way that was a $200 million movie. There's
Apparently it
no
is.
way. Let me see. Dude, that's 200 million. Like the fact that they made a movie about money laundering, like
That was money laundering.
yeah, to do money laundering, like that would be pretty fucking epic. You'd have to give them major props if that's what they did. Um, dude, that how amazing would that be if that's what they actually did, dude? That they made, uh, dude, the Kill Room. I'm seeing a budget of $8 million.
This might be wrong then.
Okay, let's see. The whole production, the Kill Room, is 40 million.
Really?
Yeah.
She's lying to me then.
So I see 40. I see around 50. So let's call it
50 is
50.
more believable.
Yeah. What is it brought in? You find that?
Dude, what's up with this movie? And I can't find any of the information.
Because you're reading today. Let's see. Yeah, I mean it hasn't brought in that much money.
No.
There's no way. I mean these are the numbers. Um,
Dude, I can't find shit on this.
yeah, these numbers are really low that I'm seeing.
476,000? There's no way.
Yeah, I would imagine it's doing, but it's one of those things that I don't think the name doesn't make sense until you watch the movie.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, one where it's talking about Paw Patrol and Sauce. I think so. Saw X brought in 18 million this weekend. Well, that's pulling up. Have you seen the movies for the movie? What's it called? Craven the Hunter.
No, what is that?
I think it's a spinoff like of in the DC world.
Okay.
Um, it's about a guy whose dad was like what's it called when you kill the animals without permits and stuff? A
Poacher?
poacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his dad was a poacher, and he's attacked by this lion, and somehow during the attack, the lion's blood mixes with his blood, and he gets
What the
like
fuck?
these animalistic powers where he becomes like kind of like a Tarzan type guy,
Yeah.
you know. Um, and so it looked interesting to me. It looked like this guy who, like, now that he has his powers, he's gonna right the wrongs of the evil that his father's put out in the world, and looked like it was gonna be one of those type of like a dark hero movie.
Yeah.
Um, it was supposed to release today, as of last week. I think it was supposed to release technically on the 6th, so in like 2 days. Um, dude, it got pushed back to August 2024.
Holy shit. What
Yeah,
happened?
I think part of it is the strike affected it,
Oh yeah.
and I think they wanted to put it out at a time where maybe there's going to be less competition. Um, but that was the movie I was hoping to go see. But yeah, it just I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't there. So let me see. I'm looking at. Dude, I don't even see it on like the top 20.
Yeah,
The
dude. I don't know
kill
what the fuck's
room.
going on with this movie. I don't know where you saw it, but
Yeah,
it looks like it's
because I'm
doing
looking at.
terrible.
Let's see, my big fat Greek wedding brought in 26. I mean, Barbie domestic is at 633 million.
Jesus.
Uh, see, the Bottoms movie 11.6. That's bullshit. That movie sucked. Blue
I
Beetle's only at 71 million.
that was a big budget too, wasn't it?
That had to be. That's low. That sucks. So that's probably not going to
Yeah.
get picked up unless the toys do really well.
Yeah.
That terrible Turtles movie 117. Dumb Money, that one that should be doing better. It's only at 7.3, but again, very low budget movie. Um, but yeah, so that's what I thought of those movies. I knew I was coming in high on Kill Room. I thought I was going to be spot on Saw X, but apparently more horror movie fans out there. I thought, and the creator, maybe I'm a little bit too hard on it, but this should have been better. It really could have been better. But
All right, let's
the,
move on to the undefeated topic you're bringing.
this one is one that I'm passionate about. Okay, it's my go-to fact. It's based on my go-to fact, and it's like, oh hey, give me a fun fact about yourself that you have to share amongst the room. Because I always get the follow-up question, and I get to expand upon it. Um, and it's that I don't hate, but I strongly dislike coffee tables. So my undefeated table that I'm putting forth, and this is in terms of a not like a pool table, not a gaming table. So I'm not putting this up against a like pool or ping pong table. Um, I'm saying the end table is like the king of like living room, kitchen, tabletop furniture.
So why? Okay, so you say the end table, but does the foldable tables that you can scoot underneath the couch count as an end table, or would you not count that as an end table?
You're talking about a TV tray?
Yeah, the TV trays.
That's not a table, Wayne. That's white
It's
trash.
as big.
Cabron,
strike,
if
strike
that's your
four.
table, yeah, if that's your table, Cabron. That's bad. That's a tough look, which is gonna be our new segment on Wednesdays. Tough look. Yeah, if it's like, oh yeah, let's get out the TV fucking trays. Like if that like one thing's like again, you live on your own, you have one for you.
Yeah.
If you're eating with somebody else, there should be a normal table.
Okay, so let's say you have a normal table, and then you have those foldable tables for when you're watching a movie or something in the living room. Why is the end table better than that? Since it serves
Uh,
basically the same purpose.
it doesn't serve the same purpose. Okay. End table, it's it typically has a storage function to it. It has a drawer,
Okay.
right? So I'm gonna kill these off in comparison one by one. So this is directly towards the. I'm killing off the TV tray, which really coming on. I don't even know if that count. That's not a table. Like that's more of a like a chair for drinks and plates. Like the TV tray has no table integrity. Like it is technically a flat top surface, um but yeah, just the TV tray. If you're using a TV tray outside of that 30 minutes a day that you need it for, you got a problem. You have you have a major issue that you need to look to invest something more permanent in something that is easily bumpable and can easily discard
Yeah.
whatever you're putting on it. Like if that's your go-to thing, reevaluate what you're doing with your life because that should not be the case. So TV, like, dude, come on, that's elementary, dude. Like, get that thing fucking out of here. Okay. What else you got? Let's
The ottoman.
that's not okay. I like ottomans, right? Who the fuck like would you ever? Who would put a drink on an ottoman? You'd have to be a psychopath,
Yeah,
right?
those
Like
are a little unstable.
yeah, like ottoman. If you want an ottoman v verse like recliner,
What about an
we
ottoman that has a table that pulls out?
really talking about pulling out. Uh,
Undefeated so far.
your dad's like, man, I took a hard L in '95.
Tis true. Tis true. He's been pissed off ever since.
The worst is that your mom took a hard L. Shit.
Oh shit.
But okay, so Ottoman that transforms one. I don't know what you're talking. I know there's Ottoman that have storage, that have a storage capability. I don't know Ottoman coffee table hybrid. Can you pull up a picture of what you're talking about?
Dude, if this thing comes up, that's gonna be hilarious. I just made that thing up.
Oh, I was gonna say, there's no fucking way. Like I know there's one coffee table that I've seen that like it elevates to come up to like a desk height. Cool. Uh, More practical than just a coffee table, but that's coffee table impersonating an end table.
Boom, bitch. That's
Oh shit.
right.
Well, that's doing too much.
Hey, it's functional. It's a table and it's an ottoman.
But like, what is it then? Is it an ottoman or is it a table?
It's both. You can put your shit on here, and then once you're done with it, you take it off, close it back down. You have an ottoman, and you have storage still. More storage than your fucking end table.
Where's the lamp? Where's the lighting that provides?
Bitch, you're not gonna have a lighting on an end table.
Look in your picture. That's clearly next to that little bowl is a lamp.
Yes. What's wrong with that?
That's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna have a lighting on an end. That's an end table.
Yeah, but you could just install a fan with a light, and your problem solved.
Oh, shut the fuck. Okay, I'll give you that ottoman table lack of identity item, but that would be like bringing in like the what like the pool tables that are like a 4-in-1 that it's like a pool table but also a dining table, also a ping pong
Nah, I'm following
table.
your rules. Wait, you said no pool tables, no gaming table, nothing like that. You said an ottoman was fine. That's right, bitch.
Okay, I can give you credit for confining to the argument. Um, However, I think that's the practicality of that. Like once you turn it into a coffee table, you lose your ottoman.
They don't. It's still there.
How do you use an ottoman?
Well, yeah, you gotta put your feet on it. You can still use it.
This is it's Sophie's choice with this. You know, you have to kill one to keep the other. Like, I think that's what that movie. I've actually never seen that movie. No, I heard enough in pop culture where they use that reference. Um, so to me, like you should like it should. I do like multi-dimensional or multi-purpose furniture.
Yeah,
I think this is a place where what's that table serving? What purpose is that serving you?
to eat when you're watching a movie or something.
What type of food are you going to be eating? Like,
Fucking
are you eating a
popcorn
steak?
soups, whatever it is. I mean, honestly, I'm considering buying this right now because the way
Okay,
the
one if you buy that before you get yourself a molcajete, a colmal, right? If you get the hybrid Ottoman coffee table for freaking Sunday tea, you posh SOB, dude, check
so
yourself way.
the reason I'm considering it is simply because the way my living room is set up to where I can't put end tables. Then I won't have an entrance to my living room. So having this ottoman and being able to put my foot on it or being able to just use it as a table is much more practical than having an end table. Otherwise, I
Okay,
block my entrance.
and that makes sense. That's a one-off situation. Okay, we're here talking to the masses, and I mean all 20 to 30 people who might watch this.
The
Thank
masses.
you, by the way. Like and subscribe. Uh, um, so that brings up an interesting, but I think that's neither or, right? That's neither coffee table, that's neither dining table, that's neither ottoman. It's trying to be all three. Um, when the functions that an end table serves, it's always going to be there. It's always going to be that stable source for you to put your drink on, and you don't have to worry about people. But oh, I won't put my feet on it. Nobody's going to put your feet on their end table. People are putting their feet on your end table. Kick them the fuck out. Like, um, so we could come back to this particular aspect, but let me get rid of the coffee table argument. Now that I would not call that a coffee table. I would call that middle class TV tray. That's what that
Middle
fucking
class.
automatic.
That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. As it's middle class coffee tray or
Yeah,
TV tray.
like yeah, because coffee table, the height of a coffee table is your knee. Like that's
Oh, it
which
depends.
also happens to be dog tail height for anything
Yeah.
that's not a little chihuahua or a tiny dog.
Yeah.
Um, does your dog have a tail, or do
Yeah,
red
she
healers
does.
just have a little stub? Okay.
It's curled though. Nala, come
Yeah.
here, bitch.
Um, now Oakley has a freaking rudder on her.
Yeah.
I have a like a weightlifting bench in my living room right now. If I put anything on there, her tail's knocking it clean off. So that's the
Yeah.
problem the coffee table presents, is that anything you put on there, if you have dogs, if you have kids, expect it to be on the floor.
Dude, fucking Hercules could just literally eat off a coffee table. He was so
Well,
tall.
coffee. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. He's okay. I was like, dude, he could get stuff off of a counter, but you're talking about on all fours still eat
Yeah,
off of
dude.
a coffee
He
table.
doesn't he just looks
Yeah.
over, he's already able to eat it.
Dude, do you remember that day Pinche White got a whole chicken?
Yeah.
Fucking, he grabbed the whole rotisserie chicken, went out, and I just see he has the thing in his mouth, just staring at me. I take the chicken away. I'm not gonna eat this chicken now, but I fed that chicken piece by piece to like the three other dogs we had in the house. Did not give him a little bite at all. Um,
Oh, you froze,
I
way.
think we're freezing.
You froze.
We're back.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
This is
We
gonna have
might
a
need to
lot
edit
of
that.
editing.
Um, but yeah. So the coffee table. My whole thing against that is a couple things. One, it's gonna knock off it's a hazard for your carpet or any your flooring,
Yeah.
because anything you put on said coffee table is going to end up on the floor. Two, if you happen to invest enough to buy a nice coffee table, now you're the asshole who has to tell everybody to use a coaster. Nobody likes coaster dude,
I
right?
have
Like
coasters. Fuck.
you're that's bad, Cabron. That's not a good sign. You're getting too bougie. Um, but you know, if I was, you go, oh hey dude, can you use a coaster?
Yeah.
It leaves rings. Get the fuck out of here. Like, um, but so that's the problem I have with coffee table. One, then if you're inviting people, if you have said coffee table, you're inviting people to eat on your sofa.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you really want people eating or having soups? Do you want me? Do you want me to eat soup on your fucking sofa?
Probably not.
Dude, you want me in a Dexter room with like freaking plastic sheets and tarps on the ground just in case I make a mess. Like,
So
um,
your argument for not having a coffee table, valid. Your argument for end tables, I think it's been defeated with this ottoman.
no. We're still working this. I do not accept defeat yet. I'm still working the case. Um, can we say that the kitchen table, though great on big occasions, does doesn't really have a dog in this fight, so to speak?
Yeah, you can't really take it to the fucking living room. So yeah, makes sense.
Right now, if you have a house to where the kitchen table's already in the living room, I understand where that comes in more into play.
Yeah,
But even at that point, it's the kitchen table. I mean, that's a place like, especially if you have like the nice table and then like the little sunroom table. That's like, where the kids do their homework. Maybe it's a
yeah,
more family functional place. Um, but I don't know. I just the kitchen table to me, especially like being a like, until you get to a certain point in your life, you don't really need that kitchen table. You could get by with having just a smaller little table, or you know. Um, but that ottoman, let's get back to that. Okay, so you have said ottoman. When
yeah.
are you gonna when are you, if I have my feet on it and I'm comfortable, I'm your guest. Are you gonna ask me to get
It's
uncomfortable?
my house, bitch.
Right? But you're like, I'm like, why? Like, Julian, why? Like, just because you picked the wrong sofa for your
Hey,
house.
hey, get two ottomans. Use one for your feet if you want. You can use the other one for the table.
Now, then again, I say you buy the wrong couch because you should have bought the couch that has like the chase on the side.
Mine does.
That's like the typical type of like lounger that like they show
Yeah,
like in counselors' offices or something.
yeah,
Um, that's where I say like that. Um, Now, and because I think if you go ottoman, you almost have to go. It's a very rare item. It's hen's teeth at this point. You have to get behind couch table runner thing.
why?
Where am I put? Where am I going to put this?
Yeah, I see what you mean, but
Like you
that's
need
that's an easier
you
fix,
need.
at least for me, than blocking my entrances to my living room.
But you okay now? But by having that ottoman, do you have an L shaped couch?
U shaped.
U shaped. Oh, you have a U.
Yeah,
Okay, so you have,
he's trying this shit out. Accept
yeah.
defeat.
No, you have this.
More or less, yeah.
Okay, and then you want to buy ottoman to fill up that.
More or less, yeah.
Okay,
It's
you only have
turn it 90 degrees. I know where you're going with this. Turn it 90 degrees.
I wrote a pen. Right. Look at your pathways. You are so limited. You went from having all these different ways of moving to these very strict paths. People who are sitting above that line, you've effectively put them in a stadium.
Put some end tables on that, and they can't get in. What am I going to do then?
You bought the wrong couch. It's not my
I did.
problem.
I really did. It's way too big for my living room.
That's
I
it.
thought my house was huge, and nope.
Yeah. Like, I think you overplayed your hand. You know, because again, like this setup, I don't even know what room this would work in. The one that you bought way.
Dude, it sucks. But I love the couch. I don't care. I'd rather
We
deal with
should.
that problem.
So I think the way you avoid this couch fiasco. Have you seen like those modular couches that like kind of click and move?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That to where you can always move it around, because that I think that's a big thing with couches. Like they're so rigid, and then even if you just have this shape of couch, like the L shape, that's a dead spot right there.
Yeah.
That the person who sits here totally screws up this person. Oh shit, this is hard. The person who sits here and the person who sits here, like
Yeah.
it ruins it. But that happens also to be like one of the most comfortable places if you're gonna sit down and not move for the afternoon.
My dog would agree.
Now that's the spot where me or Chad would always try to post up and be like, you're just sitting there like, man, like I need another beer, and like you're just waiting for that dude to get up and be like, oh, dude, bring me a beer. Can you get me a beer? Because you don't want to get out of said spot.
Yeah.
Um, but again, dude, an end table does everything that a coffee table does better. It doesn't. It does not provide maybe the leisure as aesthetic that an ottoman does, where putting your feet up. And I respect the ottomans that just have storage. But if you're gonna try to two-time an ottoman into a desk, and let's say even this, you said to spin that thing 90 degrees, right?
Yeah.
You said spin that thing. Where do you normally sit?
On the corners.
On the corners. So you normally sit
Yeah, right there.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. So your big ass head
Takes up half the couch.
is here, right?
Sure.
Here or over here,
Yeah.
right? The way your table shoots out is going to shoot out like that.
Yeah.
How are you using that?
What do you mean? How am I using that? You can still use it. Put drinks on there and all that.
That's so inconvenient. And now, oh hey, and I didn't draw this to scale, but this thing's probably closer to there. Where's your walkway? In the room, and this, if there's a fire, everyone's dead.
If there's a
'Cause
fire, you jump over the couch.
you
Drama
have just,
queen.
you have just made it so that people can only exit out of here.
Fucking didn't know fire safety
You
was making it
ruined.
to this meeting.
You have no feng shui in your house. It's for someone who likes Japanese culture so much. You have no shui. Maybe you might be a little funky, but you have no shui.
I think that ottoman is better than the end table. I think people in the comments should decide whether it's defeated
But
or
ottoman.
undefeated.
But if we're talking, what was the argument? Tabletop furniture.
It's a tabletop.
Can't, but it doesn't. It does nothing that you would need a specialized ottoman to use it in the same way that you would use the table.
It works.
You had a better chance of sticking to your first argument of the TV tray than this shit. Than trying
I'm
to do this.
honestly kind of liking it. I'm not gonna lie.
it since you have since, but you have a different equation.
Yeah.
You have no option A.
My shit is fucked
You
up. Yeah. It's ottoman or
you
nothing.
only have plan B, and as we know, plan B kills every baby. Like you just killed your living room baby with your plan B ottoman.
I
Now
like
I'll
it.
give you you're getting a versatile one.
Yeah.
I'll applaud that. And we're gonna talk about ottomans. Like there's probably cooler ones. Maybe one that has like you plug it in and it can keep some sodas cold or something like
It'd be nice
right like
actually. Yeah.
right like I think you could probably get something that has a little bit more going than just
Table.
a table that you're not going to use that often because nobody likes a coffee table. So I think you could find something that will operate as an ottoman and still give you other aspects to it. But having those, it's a conflicting usage. Ottoman and that
Again, for my situation, it is ideal.
that's nuanced. You can't use a hype like dude. That'd be like if a vegan came in and was like arguing against the Costco hot dog. I'd be like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, you're not the scope of what this is at.
And I
Like
also think it's more functional, and it looks better than an end table.
the beauty. Who sees the end table?
Exactly. It's useless.
How is it ugly then?
I'm looking in this picture that I showed you. I see the end table. It does not look
You
as
didn't
great.
see it until I pointed it out. You did not see it until I pointed it out.
It does not look as great as that ottoman looks
And,
right
and
now.
I'll give you that end table. Where's that picture? Or add to
There we go.
stage. Uh, I don't love that end table. I'm not loving that end table. But dude, give me a minute, and I'm not gonna. I don't. End table can fight for itself. But like dude, that living room, I don't like that living room at all.
Yeah,
Um,
that ottoman's looking nice.
uh, I just think like, but even like dude, look, even to use the storage of the ottoman, you have to pop out the table. Okay, that's like buying those sofas that have a couch in it, or the sofas that have a bed in it. The sofas that have a bed in it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Pull out couches or pull out beds.
who the fuck liked those? That was a thing that happened, and they're like, oh hey, you can use both.
That
No,
was my bed for like a year.
they're like, you are white trash. uh, what was I yelling at you about?
That I'm white
Uh,
trash, apparently.
yeah, yeah. No, no. Like, would you? Okay, let's say Nala destroys your couch. You ever gonna buy a couch that has a fold out bed?
No, I
Right?
hate those things.
A fold out bed
And I
is
won't have
nice.
Nala either after
A
that.
fold out couch is nice in theory, but like nobody sleeps on it. Is like, oh yeah, that was great. And you're like, oh yeah, now I have a shitty couch. The
so,
other
so I go to the
360
chiropractor
days
now.
out of the year, outside of the 5 days a year, I have company that actually uses this fold out. Like that, and those fold out couches are a bitch to move.
They are.
Fuck, they're heavy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like so yeah, that's what I say about like it. It's a conflicting use, and it's one of those things like, dude, and like, there's another thing. If I go to your house and your ottoman is in table mode, that's like going to someone's house and their couch is still in bed mode.
No, because you can use the table. You can sit down, have a cup of coffee, watch a movie, get some popcorn going.
If its designated position, if its default is table mode, and your ottoman's just hanging out all open, that is such a bad look, way. Then I was like, oh hey, so let me put my bed away so we can sit down on the sofa.
Hmm. You can still sit down, even if it's out. That sounds weird.
You, what are you saying? The bed, the couch
You
bed?
can still sit down on the couch if the ottoman is on table mode.
Again, where are we sitting? You're gonna come around
Flip it
here
90 degrees again. See, there's plenty of space there below that orange line.
now. Now your dumbass is probably gonna install it the wrong way. And now the table's out here. Now who's using the table? Nobody. It's just now we're looking at it from another perspective. Shit, I'm it's gonna be hard to draw this. I can't draw it too quick, but that puts the table in your view, and now you can't watch the TV.
uh, it depends where your TV's at, but yeah,
Yeah, and then like what? And then what food are you serving on this table?
popcorn. That's all you got to eat there.
Popcorn. Put it in a bowl. You don't need. Do you need a table to eat popcorn at the movies?
It's nice when you have
Just go into beaver mode. Not beaver,
it.
otter mode.
Otter mode.
Yeah. Can just rest that bad boy in her panza and fucking.
I don't have one.
You gotta lean back far enough, way. You're acting like you sit with proper posture. You gotta slouch.
I think we've dragged this on enough, and we should let the comments decide. I think it's defeated.
I'm claiming undefeated. I think you took a nuanced argument for your specific case and tried to make that a universal platform.
I think it's a valid argument.
Let me ask you this: have you ever owned an ottoman?
No.
Case dismissed. You can't. You might actually hate an ottoman. I've never owned an ottoman. I'm not oddish. Okay, I'm not a little talking plant. No, ottoman like who? That's like talking about our Roth IRAs. We don't have one.
I do.
Dude, now you okay, but 3 years ago, no. Um, but like, come on, I've probably seen two ottomans out in the wild. Like,
Oh yeah, I think I've seen maybe two.
yeah, and it was probably a broken chair that you're like uncle fashioned into an ottoman. It's probably
I
calling
don't
it an
know.
auto. Cabron, hey, this is gonna get ripped off. But if you buy that ottoman that happens to transform into not a coffee table but an alternate table,
Yeah,
you got to call it like the Autobot. Like,
that's pretty good.
yeah,
I'm with that one.
yeah, but no, Kevin, nobody. We don't come from Ottoman people.
We don't, but
Our
I like the
viewers
idea.
our viewers are Ottoman or not Ottoman people. We come from coffee table end table people. And I'm telling you, any viewer at your house, get rid of your end table and it will open up your living room. It will open, you will feel so free without that coffee table ruining your life. Imagine going to vacuum and you don't have to move a coffee table.
That's why you get a robot to vacuum. See,
Pinche Mr. Jetson over here. Everyone, how white are you? How how have you not, dude? You're somewhere down the line. One of your ancestors, like,
turning in his grave.
talking about a robot hiring robots and all the other shit. God, come on, come on. I'm not saying this is necessarily a bad thing to have nice things, but come on, you're losing all touch with your roots.
I have.
Yeah. God.
But yeah,
Yeah,
let us know what you guys think, whether the end table is defeated or undefeated. I think it's
I'm gonna claim undefeated until somebody can make a valid argument in the comments.
tell you what, if we get no comments, I win.
I will I will stuff the ballot, Cabron.
Our own comments don't count.
I'll asteroid it, Cabron. I don't care. Hey, a comment that you put in yourself has an asterisk next to it, so it's an asteroid. Cabron.
Stupid. That's terrible.
But hopefully you guys had some fun with this, laughed a little bit, had maybe incited an argument at your house. Let me know of your team end table, or maybe there's someone out there who's holding near and dear to their coffee table. I think you should question a couple things in your life if that's the case. But let's hear about it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps us out. Uh, and we'll see you guys on
Wednesday.
WTF Wednesday.
Yeah, take care, everybody. Again, like and subscribe, and send in your suggestions. Let us know what you want to bring into the topic, and hope you have a good week.